I had already taken the last of the... I considered looking through the box. There was nothing else of interest in the trunk. The contrast between the bride and her reflection was clear, while the bride in front of me buried her face in sadness. If only she knew. It was the bride's The bride sat slumped in her... It was the top of the bride's It was a slice. It was the veil The contrast. If only she knew. Now wasn't the... I thought that Abigail... Lighting the fire... There was nothing... The pianist... I didn't have any... Hello, Rupert.
Hello again, Murphy. Have you given any more thought to my...
You mean...
Well, you needn't personally.
I suppose if the Grim...
Exactly. I used to...
Well, no time to stop and smell.
Goodbye, Murphy.
Good evening. What?
Well, we used to...
What happened?
Was it by the... We had one... The final. They got enough. He said afterward.
Who did...
Anne Boleyn. She had grit. And I often have... How about you, Murphy?
If so... Can I?
If we get them up and running again, you need to pay them. I know. You only live once.
Did you say... What did he... What happened?
There are no...
Unless you're... Do you have an...
I do.
Well, no...
Goodbye, Murphy.
The fountain had long run dry and the cracked, dusty basin was empty. The bookshelves are filled with tomes on every subject. The bookshelves are... I considered... There was nothing... I had nothing else to say to Muffy. The scrawls looked like the writings of a madman. I could identify words in Latin and strange occult. I didn't. Surrounded by bloodstained. This must have. The books were eclectic. Despite my efforts, horror novels had told me that one of the shelved books might be a sequel. I didn't need. Inside each arch, I didn't dare. I didn't need to climb back down into the grave. There was nothing else in the grave. It was the grave I'd spent a I thought I'd leave Edgar alone.
Well, look who it is. Murphy, I've been hearing talk of someone wandering the island on a crime spree. And look who comes walking through the door.
I can explain.
Explain what? You've got no time for your blabber. I need your help to catch him. You're an auditor, aren't you?
I used to be.
You must be used to prying that big nose of yours into other people's business.
Big nose?
It's a honker, Murphy. Now, put it to good use and help me sniff out who this Devil's Rock devil is.
What's he been up to?
Given age-restricted voodoo artifacts to an 8-year-old, let loose a dangerous domesticated alligator, broken into Belmore Manor, trespassed at Baxter's Mill, handled prohibited alcohol, recklessly knocked over historic explosives, impersonated the dead, and, get this, bellowsed a chicken.
The monster.
Know anything about it?
Can't say that I do.
Well, keep your eyes open. If a good and just citizen like me allows those with such wickedness to get away with their heinous deeds, then what has become of us as a society?
Is that really the reason?
Of course not. I might sell some newspapers out of this.
Evelyn seemed busy. It was a big, fancy... I didn't need to bother. I didn't want to get ink all over me trying to carry... That didn't work. Hello again, Felix.
Hello again, sir.
Felix, I'm the new billiards champion of the Captain's Club.
You beat Captain Pemberley?
I certainly did.
Oh, thank goodness. Maybe we haven't been able to pry him away from... I've been hiding those billiard balls, one a week since August. The guy won't give it up. It's cost the club a fortune in billiard chalk.
I best be casting.
Farewell.
Good evening, Captain.
If you...
I'm the club's new champion.
Did you beat old...
Beginner's luck.
Ha! Looks like all those days at the bait, boy. Sure, Moot. Just, we all know...
I better be.
So long.
Hello again.
Welcome back, Captain.
Don't tell anyone I told you this, but the maitre d' has been hiding the billiard balls. That's why you don't have enough to play a full game.
Felix has been purloining my balls?
Every week for 3 months.
Well, I feel tremendously violated. I shall be writing a letter of complaint to the club secretary. A man's balls are sacred.
Billiard balls?
Absolutely.
I best be running along. Enjoy your evening.
Farewell, Captain McCallum. Oh, before you go, is that Pencosa fish I could smell from the kitchens?
Out on the docks, actually. Ned started up a grill.
I had a Pencosa fish once.
To eat?
No, I could never eat him. He was a pet of mine. Used to swim around in my bathtub, though he didn't much care for the squeeze when Mrs. Pemberley took a bath. Lived to the ripe old age of 13. I had him stuffed and mounted aboard the Spirit Queen to honor his treasured life. Bernie, I called him.
I had the dawning realization that I knew that fish better than I had expected.
I wonder what happened to him.
Well, he's definitely Bernie now, I can tell you that.
There's a limit, considering your membership.
Excuse me, Crab? The ferryman's eyes look past me. He clearly... The ferryman wouldn't have liked... I'd heard of the medical... I thought better of swimming out to the wreck. The fish I decided the fish was far... I had more...
Welcome back.
I had nothing else to ask. There was no reason to use... Robbing a jewel... With the goldfish now swimming around happily, the goldfish had been through... The jeweler was he must have been an... What do you think of this mag?
I'm sure it's very...
I didn't need... Crossbone Cove lay at the bottom of impassable rocky cliffs. If I wanted to reach it, I would need to get there by boat. I was only going to be able to fire this cannon once, and I needed to make sure it was aimed right. The rocky coastline all looked the same. I needed a way to make a target. The central tower of the lighthouse light was shining on. That didn't work. I needed to... The lighthouse... The ragged coast... with so many coves and caves and... I didn't need... The cannon... A coat of arms was... The coat of arms depicted 4 lions surrounding... I didn't need to show him that again. I thought I'd...
Murphy, the Devil's Rock Devil's up to his old tricks again.
Oh no! What's he done this?
I heard that he's committed arson of the Spirit Queen riverboat, practiced black magic, vandalized one of the cemetery's crypts, cavorted with rum runners, operated a lighthouse without proper training, dug up graves, launched fireworks without a permit, operated a buzzsaw without safety equipment. Know anything about it?
Can't say that I do.
The Devil's Rock Devil continues to elude us.
I didn't need to show...
Anything to report?
I'm keeping my eyes open. The editor was...
Yes?
Hi! How's the Devil's Rock Devil investigation going?
I've made progress.
You think you know who it is?
No, progress with my marketing campaign. I've written a jingle.
Oh dear.
Across the aisle, from shore to shore, those good of heart spy misdeeds in store. A shadow looms where he dares revel, the dastardly devious Devil's Rock Devil.
I think I...
Stay sharp.
A fishing net had been stretched between two poles. A faded poster had been pasted. The clothesline was decided. The poster advertised billiards at the Captain's Club, with 3 billiard balls. A stick puppet resembling a clown bobbed along the stage, buzzing incessantly. Hey guys, I was starting to dislike these guys. That didn't work. I didn't need to tie that up. I didn't need to cut that. I didn't need to cut that. I didn't need to cut that. Great show. I was starting to... Excuse me, Crab? Ferryman's eye. He clearly... What do you think of this magazine?
What's stimulating reading?
Do the captains enjoy...
Indeed, sir.
The courtyard I didn't want to... What do you think of this magazine?
Another reminder of the...
What do you think of this magazine?
I was interviewed for a magazine, and the cowards cut out the most interesting.
The billiard table. The room was dominated. While I was trapped on Devil's Rock. What do you think of this magazine?
Does it have dinosaurs? That's a shame.
I thought I didn't... Would this help you find those files?
No. You can't go charge systematic,
And,
Exactly.
I didn't... That wasn't going... That wasn't going to work. I needed to think of... Nope. I needed to think of... That wasn't going to work. I couldn't do that. Nope. That wasn't going to work. That wasn't going to work. I couldn't do that. Did you say you were looking for a more secluded beach?
Yes, that's right. Have you found one?
Look at this! Further along the coast is a bay called Crossbone Cove.
Crossbone Cove! That does sound very bony. How do we get there?
I'm not sure. It only looks accessible from the sea.
Well, tell me if you find a way to get there. I'd love to join you on your expedition.
Hello again, Mupp.
Hello, Murphy.
Not yet. Can we?
Oh, I knew I'd be plenty busy here. He said he was going. Goodness knows why.
Well,
I'll.
the book was just one of an. I glanced at the book's cover. I peered into the tide. I jiggled the handle, but the door was locked. There was nothing else of it. It was an aging water tower used to replenish the steam engine. There was no way back down the well, and honestly, I was I didn't need to. The teapot? I didn't need it. I wasn't going to take Mallory's news. I didn't need to show her that again. I didn't think.
Why is he still here? I have absolutely no idea.
An old carriage wheel sat. I didn't need to tie that up. The doors were firmly locked. The skeleton hung high up, even from down on the ground. A dying tree stood next to the balcony. That didn't work. I couldn't do that. I had nothing else to say to her. I didn't need to show her that again. I didn't need... The table was too large for one person to move. A grand table had been... I... What do you think of this magazine?
It is the good book.
What do you think of this magazine?
I think he decided.
Good evening, Colonel.
What? No, thank you.
I didn't need to share that. This must have been This must have... A skeleton. That didn't... That wasn't going to work. I didn't want to cut... I didn't... That wasn't going to work. I didn't want to make a hole in that. That wasn't going to work. I did... That didn't work. Nope. That wasn't going... I didn't need to... I wondered if the shelves held any book. I wondered if the shelf... Now wasn't the time. The shield now had what... The shield now had... That wasn't going to... I couldn't do that. I could... No. The barrel lift... The label read, Orrery Track. Knowing the erratic surges of electricity that must have been flowing through the wall. Ground. Knowing the erratic The wine racks were largely bare. What few... There was nothing large. I considered looking through the... The cellar was lined... I had already... There was nothing large... The cellar was lined with... I didn't need to do that. two sea deities stared. The trunk was. It was the magazine where I'd first read. It was the magazine where There may have been a coupon for a kazoo in the back of. The latch on the trunk was broken. I would have to do without whatever was inside. Weapons weren't my. Nope. That wasn't going to work. I didn't. I stared at the glass. The bag was empty of everything. The books covered all manner of. There was nothing else. The apparatus looked. I'd already carried a shrunken head around her, and I expect. The chest contained only a myriad of the. Looking good, Mer. The machine looked ready to operate. I had more urgent things to do than cozy up with a book. There was nothing. I looked behind. I could. The contract, if only she knew. That didn't work. That didn't work. I couldn't see it. It was a beautiful. I couldn't see anything. It was a simple. The contract, if only she. I didn't need. Abigail wasn't wearing the other half of the necklace, but from the corner of my. The necklace I was carrying exactly matched the one around the neck of the bride's reflection. This must have belonged to the sailor. It was time to reunite it with its other half. As the reflection disappeared back into the mirror, I looked at the dresser and saw that something had been left behind. A small ivory comb. I didn't think Abigail... Remembering my childhood...
That was my moment. Your moment? We agreed in rehearsals that this scene would be about me. Cause I did no such thing. You did it again! Mama always told me you'd try to upstage me. But Mama told you that. She always told me I should go solo. Right, that's it. I quit. You quit. I quit first. You'll never work in this town again. Work in this town again? We only arrived this morning. You sabotaged the show.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just...
That was hilarious. I liked it when the puppets fight, but I love it when it's the puppeteers.
Glad you enjoyed the show.
Could I borrow those instruments you used? If they come back, I'd like to direct the encore.
Sure, I doubt I'll have much more use for them. Hello again, Crab.
Hello, Murphy.
What was that
A bastardization. You know, I don't even think they'd shave the moustaches off, and they'd look exactly like two guys
do you...
Worse than that, I think they're...
Does anyone else...
On the Plaza del Pet last week, some guy painted himself silver, shoved a steel...
Sounds magical.
It wasn't magical when Mrs. Grotke took a tumble and tried to... He might have been able to...
Are you not a fan?
Quite the contrary. I dreamed of one day...
What would your act have been?
Hypnosis. Ever since I was a boy, I would practice for hours, honing my hypnotic stare.
Were you any good at it?
I don't know. I never tried it out other than in the mirror. But anytime I hear a bell ring, I do start clucking like a chicken.
Have you ever auditioned for the local theater?
At the Calliope? No, I can't say that I have. I always felt that the innate connection between the performer and the audience was disrupted by the proscenium march. An actor should get out among the spectators. It's simultaneously a symbol and a reflection of the society they find themselves in. A commentary on the bourgeoisie that belongs within the everyday experience, not locked away behind an entry fee.
And you think that can come across in street theater?
Of course. Unless you're a mime, and you just look silly.
I'll talk to you.
Goodbye.
Could you take me to Crossbone Cove?
Well, look at that. That's quite the dangerous destination. Do you know how many boats have crashed against the rocks along that coast?
Does that mean we can't go?
Oh, sure we can. But it'll cost you.
How much?
Boat charter, insurance, perilous route supplement, double pay at this time of night. It's gonna cost you at least $50.
$50?
Plus tax. Let's call it $75 total.
75?
But listen, I'll give you private hire of the ferry for the rest of the night.
I don't have that much.
No problem. Just get back to me when you do. As I say it, you've got no other choice. Ain't no other ferry around at this time of night.
Hello again, Muffy.
Hello, Murphy.
There's a ferryman in town named Crab McCready who can take us to Crossbone Cove. We just need $75 to cover the charter fee.
Oh, absolutely. I can spare some of my allowance. Let me write you a check. That should cover it.
I'll go charter it at once. Will this cover the ferry payment?
Oh, I didn't think you'd get that much. Sure it will. Who's this Carlisle guy?
Oh, he's coming too. He's funding the trip.
Well, he gets a promotional flag too.
Gee, thanks.
Consider this ferry chartered. Thank you for placing your trust in the Crab McCready Ferry Company, despite all the reviews. Now, once your compatriot is here, we can cast off. Pin that map up inside the cabin, will you? It'll be a tricky voyage to Crossbone Cove. I haven't sunk yet. This month.
And so we were off, captained by a man whose body composition had more alcohol in it than a bottle of vodka. And yet he navigated like a seasoned dancer, pirouetting through the treacherous currents with a drunken grace, all the while sipping from a flask that smelled stronger than window cleaner. Crab, I can't complain about your captaincy skills, but I've got to ask, how did you get through those treacherous rocks with so much alcohol in your bloodstream?
Murphy, if I didn't have the alcohol in my bloodstream, I wouldn't be going anywhere near those rocks in the first place.
I didn't want to disturb the currents on this side of the island, while the left... I didn't want to go paddling. The rowboat had no oars, and more importantly, no structural integrity. At the far end of Crossbone Cove, all I came across was it seemed the cave I was after. Hello again, Muffy.
Hello, Murphy.
Any luck finding those fossils?
Nothing. I'm beginning to think this island doesn't have any fossils.
Have you found anything at all?
Only these.
Oh my goodness, Muffy! Those are gemstones. Rubies, emeralds, sapphires. This might be genuine pirate treasure.
But they're not fossils, are they? They're nothing more than baubles. They're not the figurative footsteps of ancient behemoths, the skeletal remains of the kings of the prehistoric world. I'll have you know, I'm not conducting this exploration for financial gain, but for the love of dinosaurs. Here, you seem rather entranced by them. You can have them.
Gosh, thank you, Muffy. What do you think of Crossbone Cove, Muffy?
I feel like a real explorer out here. Such daring and tranquil isolation, inaccessible, miles from civilization.
It's nice to get away from it all, isn't it?
Just the place to build a summer retreat, I'd say. A manor on the cliffside, a pier for the yacht, connect up a road for Rufus, my driver, a few cottages for the staff. Then I'd be able to enjoy the isolation properly.
You haven't seen a cave around.
I'm afraid not.
It appears so.
Well, don't give up.
Good luck with the.
I'm close.
That wasn't going to work. Hey, Crab, what is this thing?
Ah, there's a cairn. Probably built centuries ago.
What was it used for?
The cairns were used by pirates as markers. You see, with all these coves and caves along the coastline, it'd be easy to lose track of which one held the booty. So they'd stack up the rocks and put something reflective on top, like a shard of metal from a broken cutlass or a handheld mirror. Then, as they'd sail the coast, they'd shine their lanterns across the beaches, and if they saw something reflect back, they knew that's where they'd hidden the stolen loot.
Do you think the cove still has treasure?
I don't think so. What's the point of hiding gold and jewels if you don't come back to collect and spend them?
As I placed the polished brooch on the cairn, it caught the light of the lighthouse beam and reflected it back fantastically, like a signal mirror. It was a pile of. It was now illuminated. I had nothing else to say. Hello again, Crab.
Hello, Murphy.
Isn't there supposed to be a cave here?
Looks like there's been a rock slide. Not unusual on this side of the island. The Caribbean hurricanes hit these coves with full force.
Do you think there's a way into the cave?
That has to be 200 tons of solid rock. The only way you're going to get through there is by blowing a hole in it. And I'm afraid the Creaky Crab 2 here is too small for artillery.
Do you think there are any fossils on this beach?
Bones? Here? I don't think so. You see, most of the rock is igneous. It doesn't have the right sedimentary process and stratigraphic considerations. You need to have a thorough understanding of geologic timescales and the depositional environments present in a particular era to fully grasp why fossils wouldn't be found in rock formations like these.
I didn't expect you to know so much about geology.
Most people don't. Skills like that, you keep close to your chest. Never know when they'll come in useful.
What do you think of Muffy persisting in his search?
Well, everybody needs a hobby, right? I collect rubber ducks.
You continue to surprise me, Crab. So pirates used to use this beach to stow hidden treasure?
I heard this one was used by Captain Crumb.
He's related to Jasper Crumb, the jeweler, isn't he?
Hard to believe, isn't it? One of the most vicious pirates to sail these seas. Until he got the wind knocked out of his sails. How a bloodline can go from a man who would cut through a dozen men for just a single doubloon to a man who came off worse in a fight with a budgie is beyond me.
What knocked the wind out of Captain Crumb's sails?
Some say it was a ghost ship. Personally, I think he must have had a midlife crisis. Tried to find something more fulfilling, like crochet or watercolour painting. All that swashbuckling would wear anyone out.
I'd like to head back.
I'll stay here. Come back for me later. I'm not leaving until I find a fossil.
That guy's elevator doesn't go all the way to the top floor now, does it? Hop aboard, Murphy.
The cannon was ready to fire, but Muffy was still at Crossbone Cove. No matter how annoying the lanky fellow was, I couldn't fire the cannon while he was still on the beach searching for fossils.
Welcome back!
I've got something to sell that I think you'll be very interested in.
Wonderful! What is it you're selling?
These are genuine pirate gems. They were discovered at the treacherously inaccessible Crossbone Cove, where they must have laid undisturbed for 2 centuries. Just imagine their history. Fierce ship battles, sword fights, X marks the spot. They must be priceless.
That's a very exciting story, Murphy. But I'm afraid what we have here is glass.
Glass?
Yes, sea glass. Bits of bottle or a broken lantern, perhaps. They fall into the sea, then get smashed up into little pieces by the rocks. The tide wears them down until you end up with pretty little polished pieces like this.
Does that mean you're not going to buy them off me?
I'm afraid not. But they are pretty. I'll tell you what I'll do. Have a look and see if there's something you'd like to trade them for. Does that sound like a deal?
Sounds like the best deal I'm going to get. Could I trade the sea glass for one of these fossils?
Certainly. I think that's within your price range. Which would you like?
The swirly one at the front would be great. Thank you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
The jeweler was he must. Good evening, miss.
How can I?
I've been to I was told your great-great-grandfather.
You made it there and back in one piece? If you...
No, really. I hired Crab McCready to take.
Now I know. Hiring Crab McCready. Nobody with an ounce of sense would let him captain a quiz team, let alone.
I think I'll just.
I'm here if.
Returning to Crossbone Cove, I discovered the lighthouse at Fort de la Moor was now illuminating the inside of the cove. Muffy, look what I just found!
Is that what I think it is? A dinosaur fossil? A memento of the behemoths. A shadow of a bygone age. My very own dinosaur. That's an ammonite, that is.
Really not helping here, Crab.
Just saying.
And it was right here where you were searching. You were right after all.
I was right. I'm a real-life paleontologist. This'll show Papa.
Crab, we're heading back to Dead Nettle. Muffy found what he was looking for.
Glad to hear it. Step aboard. Where did your friend run off to so fast?
I have no idea. I think we made a childhood dream come true tonight.
I am so overwhelmed, I might spew right across the deck.
With the brooch at Crossbone Cove reflecting light back from the lighthouse, I knew exactly where to aim. I took a match out of the matchbook and lit the cannon's fuse. I felt like a pirate captain about to unleash a broadside barrage. Ready the cannons, you scurvy scallywags! Pull the ship to port, down with the mainsail! Buckle your swash and fire! That looks like it might have worked.
Well, blow me down. What's happened here? Did you do this, Murphy?
I needed to find a way in.
Well, Aladdin, I think you found your magic cave.
The cannon fire had worked. The boulders that had fallen in the rock slide were now rubble strewn across the beach, revealing what I'd been searching for, a dark cave winding into the cliffside. A ghostly glow flickered from the far end of the cave as I slipped on the seaweed-covered rocks trying to reach it. I began to fear the worst, but as I emerged in the subterranean chamber, I discovered it was actually the otherworldly glow of plankton. It was a rock formation at the far end of the cave, but was it natural? It was a rock. I didn't know if my mind was playing tricks on me, but it wasn't going to be. I emptied the bottle, then filled it with the glowing water. It was a soda bottle I'd filled with bioluminescent algae water. Nope. Close up, the skeleton's bones looked bleached from the salt water. The thought of touching the skeleton embedded in the sand. I found you, Xavier. Your final expedition won't have been in vain.
Murphy McCallan, you will pay for your insolence.
I have the third key now, Rackham. The treasure doesn't belong to you. I know all about your plan, Rackham.
My plan will succeed with or without your interference. I'm afraid you're making a terrible mistake, McCallan. For your own sake, I suggest you leave this island for good.
Never. Whether you like it or not, I'm part of this story now, too.
I will not be defeated by a mere mortal. Even if you claim the treasure, I will haunt you to the ends of the earth. There will be no escape from the terror and misery I will bring down upon you. Each time you sleep, I will turn your every dream into an unending nightmare.
I've survived your attempts to kill me twice now, Rackham. Maybe you're not as powerful as you think you are.
Even with the 3 keys, do you really think you can beat me to the treasure, Murphy? You are a mortal. I am an powerful spirit. I have looked upon the face of death, and still I remain here. Now it's time for you to look upon death too. Just as Xavier Belmore drowned in the rising tide of this cave, so shall you.
When Rackham's earthquake finally stopped, I realized the route I'd followed into the cave was blocked. Tons of impenetrable rock and rubble now stood between me and the outside world. I was trapped. The only source of light was the glowing algae in the water, but even that dimmed to darkness when it went undisturbed in the quiet cave. At any point, the cave could fill up with seawater, drowning me just as it had Xavier. I needed to find a way out. There was no way through the wall of... I didn't need to... It wasn't going to be... I didn't know if my mind was playing... So that's why they call it that. It was a rock formation that... A high tide would have finished me. As I stood still, I noticed the algae beginning to dim. I'd read that its glow was triggered by I didn't need to... I didn't need to... As the darkness dimmed in the cave, I began to... Some turbulence beneath the water was making the algae glow, and I hoped that might have been my only way out. The lights below the water didn't offer much chance of escape, but at least it was better than waiting to drown in the cave. Using the bottle of algae as an underwater lantern, I waded into the water, then dived down below the surface. The underwater tunnels felt like a maze. I pulled myself past jagged rocks and twisting passages, with only the ethereal blue glow of the algae to light my way, until finally, with only seconds of air left in my lungs, I reached the surface.
Murphy, what are you doing over there? It's dangerous to swim out here, you know. You could get washed into a sea cave or something.
Thanks for the advice, Crab. I'll make a note of that. Green from the seawater I'd swallowed, I could at least say I'd survived being drowned. And now I had Xavier's key. That was it. All 3 skeleton keys. Now it was time to open the vault. Hello again, Crab.
Hello, Murphy.
I'd like to head...
Hop aboard, Murphy.
I needed to place it. I placed the third key into the mantelpiece and immediately heard a click. I didn't know what exactly I was going to discover beneath the house, but it was time to find out. I didn't need to...
I wouldn't go down there if I were you.
This is the only way to save everyone in the house. I need to see what's down there.
A cry for help will make no sound, with secrets deep below the ground. Dare he walk into the black, for once he's in, he won't come back.
The staircase coiled down and down beneath the house, carved out of the very rock the house sat on. Lit only by flickering lanterns, I worked my way towards the green glow beckoning me at the end of the tunnel. Finally passing through the frame of a large metal door and into the Belmore Vault. The vault had a second door that reminded I didn't want to lock. It was a huge mechanical crane reaching out over the chasm. Hanging from a crane, that must have been the treasure coffin, and that meant I had a pretty good guess what was. There didn't appear to be a. I reached down to the hand wheel and pulled it from the glowing water, careful not to splash any on myself. The entire vault was flooded with spirit water. Decades of exposure to the coffin stone had turned the water green with cursed energy, just like the spirit water in Moray's riverboat. I didn't want to put my hand in it. The hand wheel slotted perfectly onto the axle of the crane. It was the crane hook dangling. As I peered into the coffin, I saw for the first time the cursed artifact that had caused all of this, the coffin stone. Its surface is black as brimstone, each crack faceted like an emerald. Simultaneously beautiful and terrifying. That didn't work. I couldn't. That wasn't going to work. I didn't need. I didn't want to make a hole in that. I couldn't do. I didn't have to.
And so the elusive artifact is found.
Rackham, you've lost. I found the coffin stone before you. Your plan has failed.
Congratulations, Murphy McCallan. But now I think it's time you hand it over to me.
I'll never give it to you.
Give it to me, or die.
You've attempted to kill me 3 times now, and every time you've failed. You don't scare me anymore.
Yes. How convenient that you managed to escape 3 times. Such failure on my part would be terribly embarrassing. It's almost as though it was planned that way.
Planned?
Could perhaps the perpetual threat of an evil phantom have motivated you to quicken your pace in finding the coffin stone? Without a demonstration of the threat, you might well have walked away. But you did exactly as I wanted. My powers outside this house may have been constrained to mere projections, and yet everything I needed was accomplished by you.
You wanted me to find the stone?
Now the foolish mortal understands. And just as you hold something valuable to me, I hold something that is valuable to you.
Abigail, are you okay?
I'm afraid she's very much under my spell again, McCallan. And for the final time, too. Her final struggle to escape the spell. All that energy she spent to warn you, wasted on someone as worthless as you. Now, because of it, she's trapped forever.
I'll save her.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
I'll use the coffin stone to save her.
You know nothing about the stone, McCallan. Do you even know how to use its powers?
I know enough to not let you have it.
Let me tell you the final piece of the puzzle. The Belmore treasure will belong to me. For years, I have studied and mastered powers beyond anything you could know. I deserve that stone. But as you've come to learn, Murphy McCallan, this magical artifact has one important rule. It will only work for its rightful owner. It cannot be stolen. It can only be bought or traded or inherited. I knew the Belmores would never sell or trade it to me of their own volition. But if I were to marry Abigail, all our worldly goods would become one another's. If she inherited the entire Belmore estate. Perhaps I underestimated her infatuation with that sailor. The need to look into the eyes of her true love as she vows I do. But tonight, it's time to perform the wedding again. And if she needs to gaze into her true love's eyes to go through with it, this time I will make that happen. Don't you remember yet, Murphy? Only you could be lured to the island. Only you could summon the spirits of the house. Only you heard the call of the treasure within. You've been here before.
Walking through the port town of Deadnettle, I could sense its history in every stone, brick, and plank.
I know what your mind sees when your eyelids close. Tell me, Murphy, what do you dream of?
I've been dreaming about this treasure since I first read about it. It's like it's calling for me to find it.
It's like it can infect your dreams.
Even without lights on, it felt like something inside the house was calling me, or warning me.
I suppose fate will always bring 2 soulmates together, even when they least expect it.
It's very rare for someone to come back from the other side. It can happen.
And Murphy, this ghost story, now it's your story too.
You came back.
You were the sailor, Murphy.
felt like I was falling through every memory of my life, and then every memory of the life I once lived, the realization crystallizing in my mind like a flash of lightning. I was the sailor. I remembered everything, an entire relationship coursing through my mind in seconds. The tragic way it ended, but I'd come back for her. Abigail, you don't have to marry me. I remember. I loved you. I still love you.
It's too late, McCallum. She's my bride to be now.
She broke free of the spell the last time you tried to make her say I do. She'll do it again. It's me she wants to marry.
You're right about that. This time, it'll be your eyes she sees before her. I promised you death, Murphy, and I intend to deliver. For 33 years, I was trapped in this house. Now you'll be trapped here for eternity. Such a feeble vessel. But I'll have to make do. Do excuse me, Mr. McCallan. I have a wedding I'm running frightfully late for, and I'd just die if I missed it.
That's how I died. My body torn from its spirit, and then possessed by Rackham for his evil ends. All those times I'd read about the ghosts of Belmore Manor, and now I was one of them. But just like those ghosts, death wouldn't be the end for me. If I could escape the vault. Looking back into the treasure coffin, I found it now contained all the items I'd collected on my adventure. I gathered up all the belongings I'd been carrying. Rackham might not see their purpose, but if they'd helped me out once, they might be useful again. I couldn't remove the nails with my bare hands. One by one, I pried the old nails from the coffin. In a flash of inspiration, a plan came into my mind. The summoning spell revealed that which is hidden within. Maybe it could reveal the evil spirit that was hidden within my mortal body, if I could find all the ingredients. I placed the coffin nails into the gree-gree. I placed the feather duster in the gree-gree. Knowing the explosive contained gunpowder, it was a man. It was the cotton flag that I needed. Decades of exposure to the coffin snowed. I didn't. It was a soda bottle that I'd filled. I didn't need to pour. I didn't need to. The hook was lowered as. There didn't seem to be much I didn't need. I tried with all my might to open the vault door, but with the hook hung out. I had once won a wooden whistle. I attached the heavy metal hook to the handle on the door. Well, I hope that holds. I turned the handwheel, pulling the chain taut, but the vault door remained secure in its frame. It must have still been attached somehow. The auger wasn't strong enough. A pair of Holding the door in place was a pair of metal hinges that each looked like they'd begun to fracture, but pulling it, there was nothing on the hinges for the pliers to get. I didn't know what strange effects the spirit water had, but the auger wasn't strong. I may not have been able to get through the vault door with brute force, but I could. The vault door went crashing into the spirit water below, and in doing so gave me my escape route. With no time to lose, I needed to get to the ballroom.
We are gathered here today to join Abigail Belmore and Murphy McCallan in holy matrimony.
Rackham's plan was taking shape. At the far end of the ballroom, Father Foskett was delivering the rites that would wed Abigail to Rackham, even if he possessed my body to do it. I needed to stop the wedding, and I didn't have much time left at all. I couldn't go any further and risk Rackham. Good evening, Mrs. Craddock.
It is certainly not a good evening. The kitchens aren't prepared, the flower arrangements are a shambles, and they've changed the schedule 3 times already.
The schedule?
Right behind me in black and white. And am I even permitted to see the wedding? Of course not, in case any guests arrive late.
Through a door we're supernaturally barred from passing through.
I almost daren't say it, but I'm on the verge of resigning my duties. I am the head of housekeeping. I deserve respect.
What did you say was on the chalkboard?
As I said, this is the schedule of tonight's events. I've spent the past 40 minutes writing that up, with all the calligraphic flair my teachers taught me in preparatory school. And now I'm hearing rumors that the schedule is going to change. No self-respecting housekeeper should have to deal with so much in such a short period. One more change, and I shall be handing in my notice.
I need to stop the wedding.
You shall do no such thing. I've put a lot of work into this event, and I won't have an off-the-street gutter snipe like you interrupting it. I'm barely hanging on as it is.
Goodbye, Mrs. Craddock.
Goodbye, indeed.
The delicately drawn writing on the chalkboard listed the schedule of a decorative... Noticing the similarity between Mrs. Craddock's chalk artistry and the wedding schedule, it was time to ask some questions. Are the times on your chalkboard correct?
Excuse me. Whatever do you mean?
Well, it's just that I was given this other schedule and the times are very different from yours. Maybe things have been shuffled around?
No, this can't be. How am I expected to work under these conditions? A wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event. If they keep reconsidering every decision, I can't be expected to keep up with it.
Yep, definitely different. This looks like it'll take ages to fix.
That's it! They're already at the altar. I shall be taking my leave. Somebody else can hand out the vol au vents.
With the noise and waddling motion of a cranky goose, Mrs. Craddock strode across the grand hall, through a doorway, and out of sight. The delicately drawn writing, a decorative chalk. Like a guilty schoolchild held back after class, I rubbed down the chalkboard. And came away with the flag covered in chalk dust. I placed the chalk dust covered flag. The flames in the fireplace glowed green. It wasn't. Good evening, Colonel.
The Battle of Bourbon Bay. Leave it there, boy.
It was clear that if I wanted it, I would. A tricky task when he was deaf. It surely wasn't. It surely. I didn't need to pour spirit water on that. That didn't. Nope. I didn't need to pour. It was a strange feeling, staring at a decaying skeletal body that, once upon a time, used to be me. Knowing the skeleton belonged to a former... I placed the skeletal finger in the grease. I didn't need to search. I considered looking through the box. Now wasn't... There was nothing The cellar was lined... My piano repertoire consisted only of a... Walking back into the conservatory, I could hear the unnerving hum of electricity. The outer casing of the automaton had been removed. Clearly, Rupert was undertaking some maintenance on it. The danger sign dangling from the automaton warned of electrocution. Now it wasn't just the plants in the conservatory that were deadly, it was the statuary too. But being dead already, I decided to take the risk. I took the engraved coin from the automaton's now open hand. Being made of silver, the engraved coin was just... What I once thought was a statue was now... The door was locked. The door was... I picked up the horn. Abigail had gone, and so I couldn't see anything. It was the top. There was nothing I didn't have the time. The door was... The trunk was empty. Would you like your ear trumpet?
It's no use. I wish I...
I'll take that as...
Oh, well, thank you, my boy. I suppose now that Foskett's not...
Why aren't you at
the ceremony?
I think everybody's gone.
Well, I didn't hear...
I wonder... Good evening, Colonel. I need...
I object. The unfortunate pop. I'll drink.
Would you like me to tell...
Oh, yeah. I meant to save it for the toast, but who...
I poured the rum from the... That was the final ingredient, and this time, the focus... The Gree still needed a focus, an image... I remembered the photograph of me that had been taken earlier that night, still privately tucked away inside the captain's license. I folded it up and placed it inside the Gree, knowing that it would work perfectly to direct the spell towards its focus, my own body. So the spell was ready. Now it was time to confront Rackham.
As the gentle breeze guides the leaves, so too shall you be guided together. If anyone can show just cause why these two may not lawfully be wed, speak now or forever hold your peace.
She doesn't love him.
You meddlesome fool! I am her groom. I will marry her.
Rackham has been using dark magic. The bride is under a love spell, and he's possessed my body for this wedding.
Your claims are the ravings of a madman. Foskett, resume the ceremony at once. Yes. Then, by the power vested in me...
You've underestimated me for the last time, Rackham. If you won't return to me what is mine, I have the power to take it. Within the focus what may hide, this spell will soon reveal.
I now declare you husband and wife.
Murphy, I'm back. We're married.
No! No! You may now kiss the bride. You fool! You've destroyed everything!
I've saved everything, including the one I love. But there is one thing that needs to be destroyed, Rackham, and that's you. Abigail, what should I do?
You need to... Murphy, now that we're married, the power of the stone is yours too.
And for once, it'll be used for good.
No.
Rackham, be gone.
No!
I knew you'd do it, Murphy. Do you remember now?
I can't believe I ever forgot you.
I knew you'd come back, even if just for a final goodbye.
Goodbye? Why goodbye?
The spell is broken. The ghosts of the house are able to move on.
And as I looked around us, I saw each ghost in the audience fading away as they passed over to the spirit realm, each with a grateful smile. With the heartbreaking realization, I knew Abigail would be next.
Murphy, I think I have to go with them now.
I can't lose you again, Abigail.
It was worth it to see you one last time. You've freed me. Thank you, Murphy, for everything.
No, I won't let this be the end. Stay with me,
I wish I...
The coffin stone glowed green with the stolen years of Rackham's life. For once in a lifetime of evil, Rackham could do something good. The coffin stone captures a person's remaining years, and now it holds Rackham's. Abigail, I give them to you. You're back.
Just like you came back for me. Nothing could keep us apart. Not even death.
33 years without you. I never thought I'd be able to hold you again.
33 years stuck in this house. Come on, Murphy. Let's go see the sunrise. So how does it feel being a treasure hunter?
It would have been easier if I'd remembered what the treasure was this whole time. All those dreams I had of a treasure calling out to me from this house. It wasn't $13 million. It wasn't even the coffin stone. It was you. You were the treasure.
And you found me.
Why did nobody tell me who I was from the beginning?
You couldn't just be told you're in love with someone you don't recognize. You needed to remember it yourself. I knew it would happen eventually.
Why did nobody living recognize me?
Rackham had all kinds of powers I'm not sure we'll ever understand. For years, he'd been trying to erase all memories of you. His plan relied on it. To everyone else, you became just a blur. How could anyone really make the leap to realize you're a reincarnation from 30-something years ago? You didn't even know it yourself.
How did I come back from the spirit realm?
Don't you remember?
No, I remember the moment I died, and then the earliest memories of this new life I've been living, but nothing in between.
Madame Planchette told me that spirits can come back if their ties to the mortal realm remain strong enough. But even she doesn't know more than that. Who knows if we'll ever find out?
What happened to all the ghosts in the house?
They'll all have crossed over now. So many years of life destroyed by Rackham's deeds. And he didn't even need the coffin stone to do it. The spirits no longer have much to keep them here in the mortal realm anymore. They'll be happier that way. And we all end up there eventually.
In some cases, we come back. What happened to Rackham?
I don't know, but I hope his spirit was destroyed. I'd hate to think it's moved on to the spirit realm. All I do know is that we don't have to worry about him here anymore.
What are we going to do with the coffin stone?
It stayed safe in the vault for over 30 years. For now, perhaps that's where we should return it to. I think it's our duty now to watch over it, to make sure it never falls into evil hands.
Again. So, this is the end of our adventure.
This is only the beginning, Murphy. It took a bit longer than we expected, but we're married now, after all these years.
The rest of our lives are ours again.
Till death do us part.
And even longer than that.
Now, where on earth has everybody gone? I do hope that boy gets back with the rum soon.